Hello, Perry Freeman here again. I have some thoughts on the Delphi case again. I keep hearing the word kidnapping. People claiming that possibly the girls were being kidnapped and then things got out of control, which resulted in their death. Well, first of all, please hit the like, subscribe to my channel if you would, and share the videos that you think are worthwhile. So, technically, let's just get this out on the table. Libby and Abby were kidnapped. Absolutely. Once our bridge guy or whoever states, guys, down the hill. Now that sounds like a direct order, and I think we can assume that it was. At that point, the girls are kidnapped. So yes, they were kidnapped. Plain and simple, they were kidnapped. So, guys, down the hill. And if they follow those directions and that's not where they intended on going, that's kidnapping. A simple definition of kidnapping is the taking of a person against their will or restricting their movement, maybe to a confined space, is kidnapping. So if you move a person or confine them someplace against their will, it's kidnapping. Excuse me. Or if, depending on the state, the confined space and holding them there could be false imprisonment, but still under the kidnapping statutes, basically. So, I think we can all assume that they were kidnapped. Now, the important part of this is something I've talked about in a couple of videos, several videos. Why were they kidnapped? It was to facilitate another crime. Now, was that extortion, ransom note, or message maybe was to come and things got out of control? That's possible. To traffic these girls? That's possible. I know quite a bit about that world, unfortunately, and this wouldn't be an ideal situation to try to traffic these girls, to move them out of those woods into a vehicle somewhere and take them somewhere where they would never return but be trafficked. I don't think that was likely. The ransom, an extortion thing, is a possibility, and things got out of hand and they end up dead. Possible. So we're back to motive. What was the purpose of the kidnapping? I've talked about the motive before, talked about the opportunity to commit the crime, and I've talked about having the means to commit the crime. Now we know they had the opportunity, whether it's one person or two people or a group of people. Obviously they had the opportunity because they were there on the bridge in that area that day. Whether they catfished those girls there, we don't know. It's starting to look like they were catfished. They planned on meeting someone. Very strong possibility. My point is, why were they catfished there? Why were they tricked, let's say, to coming to that bridge that day? Revenge has been thrown out many times, that something had happened in the past. We won't go into those details, but the revenge for something that had happened could have been the motive. Another motive I've thought about, and a few people have talked about, is that maybe they had to be silenced. Did one or both of these girls, Libby and Abby, know something about somebody? And that somebody, or a group maybe, had to silence them. I think that's a strong possibility also. We don't know. We just don't know, do we? So the motive's unknown, the opportunity, you can't put your person of interest there, the suspect there. If you can, that's great. But I haven't seen somebody put somebody positively in that situation on the bridge confronting those girls. Now, get to a more serious part of this video and the kidnapping and the motive for the kidnapping comes down to the means to commit the crime. I think, and I feel very strongly, that the perpetrator or perpetrators came there with the intention, unfortunately, of killing these girls. And the main reason I feel that way is the cutting instrument. In the warrant for Ron Logan, his property, soon after the murder, one of the items they were looking for was a cutting instrument. Now, we've heard that the girls were butchered, basically. We don't know that for a fact. But we do know from the FBI affidavit in that warrant for search that they were looking for a cutting instrument, which means to me that the killer or killers came equipped with the cutting instrument, and that's what they intended to use to murder these girls. Why else would they need this cutting instrument in the middle of the day to confront these girls? A gun, possibly, to control them, if it was the ransom thing, or some of those things, or just to maybe kidnap them in an extortion situation. Those are all possibilities. And the gun is a possibility there. But the fact that they brought the cutting instrument with them tells me they came with the intention of killing the girls. So the reason for the kidnapping, which did occur, was to facilitate the murder of one or two of these, or both of these girls. That's really it. It brings us back to square one that I've talked about for the last month or so. Motive. Until you know the motive for killing these girls, you haven't solved the crime. Let's hope that law enforcement has figured all that out. Let's think positive, that there will be arrests soon. I feel that there will be. I've said that before and been disappointed. But let's think positive. They know more than we do. You know, I don't do very well on these videos as far as benefits. In fact, some of my videos don't get monetized or ads added to them because of the nature of what I say, I guess. One video has like 175,000 views, but it's never been monetized, so that's disappointing. So I ask you, if you like what I'm doing, to please check out the novel that I wrote, House Secrets. If you like murder, suspense, drama, romance, all those things are in the book that I wrote related to my involvement with an outlaw biker club. And, you know, the title is House Secrets. Everyone has a secret, and some you don't want to know. But you'll find a lot of secrets in this book. It's on Amazon Prime. The link is down below. Please check it out. If you're a reader and you like to read, most of the people that contact me say they couldn't put it down. It's got mostly 5-star ratings. So I'd appreciate you at least take a look at that. So, kidnapping, absolutely. The girls were kidnapped. But it was to facilitate what other crime after the kidnapping? I think it was murder. The cutting instrument was was in their hands. They brought the equipment that they wanted to use to kill the girls. Therefore, the kidnapping was for murder. I'm sorry to say. Have a good day. Let's hope we hear some good news soon.